Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Martin 4 here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar 84 here once again, and I just got a text message. It threw my whole shit off, but that's okay. As you can see from the title of this video, we are here to review the latest album that has been delayed over and over and over and over again. That is Miss Rihanna's Anti-album, and I'm sporting her Unapologetic Diamonds World Tour shirt. Ooh, I've had this shirt for 2 years now. Yes, God. Okay. So, So this whole anti situation has just been a very interesting one, and I wanted to wait until not only I heard the whole album a few times. I wanted to kind of wait and see, what the responses were, what the blogs were going to be saying, and I wanted it to digest more, because if you try to review a full album just based on just first listen, it's probably, your opinion is probably not going to be your real one, because it's just an initial reaction. You have time to digest and kind of get into it, and so that's what I wanted to do. Otherwise, this video would have been out 2-3 days ago. But I just made sure I listened to the whole album again with the lyrics, and I was able to kind of get a better perspective, a more fresh perspective, so we can do this here review, child. Now I guess we're gonna do a track by track, but I'm just not gonna, delve too much on each one. But the album starts off with Consideration. Now, the beat for Consideration is dope. That shit pulls you in immediately, and it's like the patois of Rihanna's voice mixed in with SZA, S-Z-A, whatever. Like, when I heard the album initially, I didn't even know she was on it. And I was like, wait a minute. It sounds like Rihanna, but at the same time, it doesn't. And so I found out it was a featured artist. I'm like, oh, wow, their voices really, meshed very well together, considering. I'm just like, oh, okay. I like this. And for me, let's see. Don't want to... Nah, I'll finish the whole track listing before I get into an overall analysis. So I do like Consideration. So far, we're off to a great start. Next, we go to James Joint. Now, James Joint was an interlude. I think we heard it early in 2015, maybe spring, summer time-ish. Because I remember I was still in my old apartment when I first heard it, and I wasn't going to be there that much longer. So I figured it was somewhere in the spring of 2015 when this song had hit the net. And I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. And what I think I like about it is like really the last 15 the last 15 seconds of the song, like right after she's done, with the lyrics, and it kind of goes into that breakdown. That breakdown makes me, for some reason, it just hits me so hard with nostalgia as like a old 90s track. It almost sounds like just something from the 90s, where there's a soundtrack of a movie. Something about it, it just sounds really, really good, and it makes me feel really happy to hear it. And I can't really put my finger on exactly what it makes me think of. I don't know, but it's something that's a throwback for the 90s. Love that song. Even though it's as short as it is, I hope this is actually like another Birthday Cake situation, because if y'all remember, Birthday Cake on the actual album was just like cut off randomly, and we're just sitting here looking like, what the fuck? So hopefully this and a couple other songs get just a little bit of an extension, or at least more lyrics or something. So next we move on to Kiss It Better. Now, I was worried, if y'all recall that whole hoopla with that Glass John producer, as crazy as he is, he made some damn good music with Rihanna this go around with this song right here. Kiss It Better is probably the most commercial song on the album, the most radio-friendly song there is on this album, because, like I said, the shit's called Anti, so you can't really expect what you would normally get just based off the name. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But Kiss It Better just sounds like a straight-up 80s Prince track. And this song will probably be like one of the biggest crowd pleasers at a world tour just because of just the throwback feel of it, and then just how this song itself is so good. I I love this song. This is probably the song most people have on repeat. It's dope, and it's I think people's favorite lyric is talking about, man, fuck your pride, just take it on back, just take it on back. But this is really dope. I'm so glad that this was included on the album. I thought that his whole shit with all that shit that he was doing, talking all that stuff on the internet over Christmas break was gonna be like, no, we're gonna cut this from the album. So I'm glad that she decided not to, because it would have been crazy. Like, this song is screaming single. It has to be the next one after Work. And speaking of, Work is the next song, track 4. Now, I've already done a separate video for Work, so if you want to get my full thought out opinion on Work, go ahead and watch that video so we can move it right along. We get to Desperado. Desperado reminds me of What Now from Apologetic, and the reason I say that is because What Now, if you remember, the way that the verses went, it was, and how she pronounced and said certain words, that like how that whole verse in What Now, and it's like in Desperado you got that da 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 da. It's like a rhythm to the way that the verses go, and it kind of keeps your attention. It kind of keeps you like focused and on what the words are saying. So I really like that. It is one of my favorites from the album so far. Like really, I haven't hit a bad song yet that I necessarily don't like at this point. So that's why I'm like, I'm already 5 tracks in, baby. We going good so far. And Desperado is kind of like a, I love you. I don't want to, and I don't want you to leave me. I want us to run away together and just be in love somewhere, because I don't really want to be where I'm at right now. I'm not really happy. And I'm really trying to save some of these songs for the overall album analysis, but it's just coming to me as I'm talking. So next we get to tracks number 6, which is Woo. Now let me tell y'all about Woo. Woo is the one song, let me look through it real quick. Woo is the one song for me personally that took the longest to get, to really find the appeal in it. And I had to sit and listen to it and watch and look at the lyrics as well at the same time to kind of get where this song is coming from. And after much deliberation, I'm like, okay, I get it now. I can kind of see. And I had tweeted this on Twitter last night that I feel like I was watching Trini Trent's review of the album, and he said that Woo was a hit single, a potentially hit single. And I was like, I'm surprised that he would say that, because, you know, he's very critical of Rihanna, but he said that, you know, the radio could possibly eat this up. And I'm thinking, if Woo was a single, I imagine this, and this might actually be good. If she were to happen to stretch this era out, since this is January, if she were to be able to stretch these single releases all the way out until Halloween, and if she decided to release this, or at least just make a video for this, like, I can just imagine a really haunting and, you know, just dark music video with all these sort of like freaky looking makeup creatures in the video. Just the sound and the whole, you know, aura of the sound just gives off that horror film type vibe. And so if she were to make a video out of that, I think that would really sell the song, in my opinion. But like I said, it's just that like that jarring sound over and over drilled into your head. And at first I was like, whoa, wait a minute, this is, whoa, you kind of hitting me a little bit harder than I wasn't prepared for this, baby. I wasn't prepared, but once I was able to kind of hear past that and kind of get into the overall production of it, and then kind of the attitude of the song, I'm like, okay, I'm here now. It took me a while. You kind of caught me off guard, bitch, but I'm here. I'm here. So the next song is Needed Me. Now, Needed Me is like a crowd favorite, or so far has been one of the most common favorite amongst people who list their favorite songs from this album. And the beat is hot, and the lyrics basically just go by, look, I don't know what you thought. I'm just here fucking you. You just another nigga on the hit list, and didn't nobody else tell you that I was a savage. I'm just here to fuck you, get my life, and you can leave. But at the end of the day, whatever you feel like you need to do, you just know that you needed my ass. You need me, but I don't really too much need you. That's the feeling that I get from the song. I think a lot of people like it because it's almost like a fuck you to your ex, making you feel like you needed me. And ooh, sorry. For some reason my scalp is itch. I don't know what it is. I need to get this hair redone to child. But anyway, Needed Me is a hot track. Loving it so far. Loving it. Every hour, except for I had to pause at Woo and be like, I had to sort of digest that one a little bit longer. But so far, every other song, loving it. Then we get to Yeah, I Said It. Miss Rihanna, Robin Rihanna Fenty. This girl said, I want you to jump inside it. I want you to homicide it. I want you to fuck me up against the wall. I want you to turn me inside out, twist it around, do a little diddle with it. Like, she said, man, fuck a title, we just fucking. I'm like, well, it be like that sometime. And she's like, yeah, I said it. I want you to do X, Y, Z, elemental P to me right now with no title. I'm like, well, all right. And this is like another one of them interlude type songs. Now, look at this. This baby coming at me. Look, hold on. I'm about to show y'all this motherfucker. Look. Coming at me with this shit. I hope y'all can see him. Go get it. Anyway. Now, you can't be doing all that squeaking now, shit. Anyways, so yeah, I Said It is a hot sex track. People say it might be replacing Skin from like the hottest sex track from her Loud album. I don't know yet, but girl, it's a contender. What's that saying? Oh, so I'm getting notifications on my phone and shit, but that's a damn good contender for the hottest sex song that Rihanna has. Whew. Same Old Mistakes. Now, again, this is another song that took a little bit longer to process, probably because it's long as shit. This song is what? 6 minutes and 37 seconds. Now, if I recall, like from the last album, Love Without Tragedy / Mother Mary, that was about a 6 to 7 minute song. But if it was engaging the whole time. The thing about Same Old Mistakes, the beat is hot, and just say I feel like I'm a brand new person, but I'm making this. How do I know I'm not going to be making the same old mistakes? And I can just hear everybody now judging me. That's kind of like the feel from it, but it just seemed to go so long. Like they did a whole beat breakdown, everything, and the song damn near started over again. I'm just like, oh god damn. But I found it's a cover from a previous band. I forget their name at this point, but everybody who's familiar with the original song said that they like Rihanna's version better. So I may have to go back and kind of see what they're talking about and see what they did, because I don't think she did like an individual any additional lyrics. I think she pretty much just covered it from top to bottom. But I mean, it's a song to keep like on if you're in a mood, so to speak. If you're in that mood to just kind of chill and you don't really want to go up and down and all that other stuff, it's good to just kind of keep going in the background while you're working. And now we get to the lighter part of the album, starting with Never Ending. Now, every other review of this song, every other opinion I've heard about this song, people say this is like the weakest track on here. People say this is their least favorite. For me, it's one of my favorites. Never Ending sounds like it could have almost been on the Home soundtrack that she did with that movie. It sounds kind of Disney-ish to me. It's very light and folky, and I like it. It sounds really, really good in my ears. Like, this is one of my favorite songs. It's just the whole feel of the song makes me, it just feel good. I can't really explain it. It's strange, but that's why I've never understood why people didn't like the song. I kind of wish she explored this sound a little bit more when she does her ballads. Really, really liked it. Next, we have Love on the Motherfucking Brain. Bitch, Rihanna was channeling Miss Adele, Miss Etta James, she was channeling her soul bit, okay? She was she was playing around with her little head voice and shit. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. And she was giving mad vocals. I was like, I appreciate this. I've never seen Rihanna do like a throwback R&B soul type record, so that was interesting. Rihanna was very experimental with this particular album, and I think that was partially due to why it took so long, because she was trying a lot of different stuff, kind of see how it messed her with her spirit, and then she, went with what felt, the best. So I can appreciate her for that. But Love on the Brain is by far another screaming single on the album, and I think one of the top 5 best songs Rihanna's ever recorded and released, in my opinion. And I call it a part of the emotional trinity on this album, because it's like this and the next 2 songs are just gonna really get you in your feelings, and she is so wrong for putting all 3 of them back to back. Like after we have Love on the Brain, we move on to Higher. We had Higher around the same time that we got Bitch Better Have My Money. And Higher, a lot of people, of course they felt the way about the way that her voice was very raspy, how it felt like she was crying. But that was sort of the point of the song. If you listen to Higher, it's like she's crying out for her lover. It's just like, I'm drunk right now, but I just know that I love you so much. I don't know what to say. I could probably be more creative and write you a poem, but girl, I just feel a type of way right now, and I just want to scream and cry out to you. Now the thing is, everybody at some point in time has been that girl that Rihanna is singing, and they have been that girl where you've had one too many drinks, and you start looking in your phone and getting in your feelings, and you start texting your ex, and all these other shit just start stirring up, and you just start feeling like, even though they a piece of shit, you start feeling like, oh my God, they start thinking about the good times, your judgment get clouded and shit. That's what Higher is. Everybody has been there at least once. And Close to You is a very, very beautiful song. It's very pretty. It's just a nice slow ballad, which and pretty much kind of consumes to, I want to send my love out to you. All I want to do is just get close to you, be close enough to protect you, but you be trying to run away from me. I don't like that shit. But I still want to do whatever I can to be close to you and protect you with all my love and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, that's so nice. And then that's the standard edition. Next we get into the deluxe tracks, the 3 deluxe tracks. We got Goodnight Gotham, which is basically what we thought was going to be called A Night, or Only If For a Night, which is a sample from a Florence and the Machine song, Only If For a Night. And I listened to the original song. I'm like, oh, okay, I like this. And if Rihanna's gonna, redo this, I'm here for it. But she only did the part that was in that Dior commercial with her walking up in the mansion and shit, being all fashion forward and whatnot. We thought that she was just using that part for, the commercial. It wasn't going to include like part of the song until we got the full album. Well, now that we got the full album, all we get is that same Only For a Night that repeated over and over again. I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be used as like an intro or outro for the tour, but I thought there would be more lyrics. Like, this is the other song that I thought was going to get like the birthday cake treatment, where it's short on the album, but later on the line there's a remix or an extended version that comes out somewhere so we can have it and replace it. Because a lot of people, when that birthday cake with Chris Brown came out, they took that birthday cake file that came with the album, deleted it, and replaced the new one in there like it probably should have been in the first place. But next we get Pose. Now Pose is just Pose is probably the funniest song on the album, because she's just literally saying like, pose bitch. It's like the trap song. It's like the club, one of the club songs that you can call it, that's on this album. And what makes it so funny for me is that she literally sang, yes bitch. Like, what? Who sings yes bitch? Who sings that? It was just funny. Like, those of you who have heard the song and that part it just makes me laugh whenever I hear it. I'm like, this girl is silly. She crazy. And then we end off the deluxe edition with Sex With Me. Sex With Me is really just straightforward. It's just like sex with me is so amazing. I mean, you could fuck her, it's gonna be alright, but with me it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna be doing X, Y, and Z, all this other stuff. We're gonna be just doing it up, and sex with me is gonna be amazing. It's just like a chill song. Now, can you fuck to it? I think you can. It's kind of mellow, but the lyrics is woo, they go there. But yeah, this it's a really nice song. I kind of wish "Sex with Me" was on the standard edition, but at least it's on the album at all. Okay, but what I wanted to say about overall about this album, and I was reading a lot of other blogs and other resources doing articles about the album. This album is probably, I think it's one of her most cohesive. Like, people say that Rated R has been dethroned as one of her best albums, and this one is her new best album, just because of the fact that it didn't really chase trends. It didn't really hop on any commercial, radio friendly top 40 singles. Like, it seemed like she put an album out that felt good, that she was vibing to, that she didn't really want to be like anybody else, and she just wanted to try new things at the same time. And it's like, as far as the lyrical content goes, it almost seems like this album is about Rihanna's frustration and irritation with being the part about being famous. Because almost like in Consideration, when she says, I look out my window, I can't get peace of mind, and it's like she's frustrated the fact that she can't do anything without being scrutinized, and how anybody who's famous and yearning to be a normal person don't probably know what that's like. And I'm just that's one of the things that I could cherish about being able to walk outside my damn house and not worry about being photographed and shit. But songs like Consideration, Woo, especially Woo, is a really angry song. It's like, Send For Me When You Want to Feel Alive. Fuck that bitch. She ain't doing shit for you like I can. The scars on your heart were made by me. She can't make you cry. I'm like, but that doesn't sound too healthy either. She said, call me up when you ready to bleed. Almost like, call me up when I guess you ready to feel alive again and shit. I'm like, damn. Is that for Karuchi? I don't think she really is checking for Chris Brown like that anymore. She might still fuck him on occasionally if she had the opportunity, but I don't. That was whatever it was. Whoever the fuck she talking to, she is pissed. And it's almost like the first half of the album, from Consideration on to, I'd say, Same Old Mistakes, is like that really, you get that really gritty, hard rock pop side of Rihanna, where she just shows all this anger and frustration. At least in my opinion, that's what I get from it. And then from, like, you got the following song, like Never Ending, Love on the Brain, Higher, Close to You, are like the really emotional part where she breaks down and just sort of opens herself up after being so angry. And so, because people who are usually angry like that, who are so frustrated and give out all that negative energy inside, are just crying out and don't know how to express their feelings. So I want to say that may have been how she constructed this album to flow. At least that's how it is to me. Like, she started off so brass and angry, and she sort of ended it off on a more mellow note. I was digging that. And the deluxe tracks, I feel like, were just there for fun, because they're all just relatively fun records that don't necessarily fit with the construction of the standard, but they still sonically sound enough the same to where they could be on the deluxe track. All I know is I'm glad and happy that this album did not include 4 or 5 Seconds, Bitch Better Have My Money, or American Oxygen, because none of them would have even fit with the structure of this album. The only one that might have made it, just based off of production alone, is American Oxygen, just because it had like that really hard, bass line underneath. But still, it would have still been a weaker track if it was included. So I'm glad that she decided to be like, fuck this, we're gonna start this shit off from scratch. So And I was gonna get on here because I don't want this video to be that long. I was gonna get up on here and talk about how yesterday when Rihanna got that RIAA certification for platinum, and a lot of people were trying to say that she cheated to obtain platinum status, and that well, it ain't like she could have did that on her own. It ain't like it's real, and that ratification don't mean shit. Here's the thing. If we recall, Rihanna signed one of the most lucrative sponsorship deals ever with Samsung for $25 million. So as a part of that deal, they invested in her album campaign to where they bought 1 million copies of the album because they believed in it. That whatever fine lines were in that contract, they bought 1 million. They decided, their execs over at this Samsung corporation, this huge corporation, that they wanted to invest 1 million copies of her album for Rihanna. Now, one big company saying that they wanted that, an impactful company decided that they want to spend, the money to buy 1 million copies of the album is the same amount of money as if 1 million people individually bought the album. So people saying that, it's only because of Samsung that she got the money. Well, it's part of her deal that she signed. I mean, why I don't understand how this is necessarily a problem, or how did she cheat when the company is the one that believed in her. And a certain blog site is trying to say, this is going to discredit Rihanna's reputation in the industry for cheating the system. Nobody's going to want to work with somebody who didn't achieve their accolades the right way. Girl, if I see somebody who a big corporation like Samsung is investing into and it worked, bitch, I'm going to be trying to work with that person the first chance I fucking get. And even though they had those units counted towards her certification, they're not going to count towards Billboard. But even if that's the case, we saw that she had sold about 400,000 copies in those 2 days. So homegirl has already bypassed. We'll find out more concrete at the end of the week. But it looks like so far she's already sold 400,000 copies of this album that everybody said was going to flop. Well, eat it, bitch. That's all I have to say right now. Eat it, bitch. Work is number 2 on iTunes. It was on number 1, but that One Direction child that went solo, the fine one, and I think the one that can sing the best, decided to release his single at the same time. So, let me not go there. But they wanted to support that. And so Work is number 2, but the Anti-album is number 1 on iTunes right now. And I expect it to be number 1 on Billboard, so she'll have her second number 1 album. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I don't think so. I think this video is already long enough. But thank you guys so much for watching. Rihanna, if you just so happen to bypass this video by a 1.5 billion chance, bitch, know that I love you and I live for you, and I can't wait to see how this album campaign goes down. I will be front row at the Anti-World Tour, bitch. Front row. I'm ready to scream, shout, and get my life in a way that I have been waiting for. Hey, shut the hell up. Damn dog barking and shit that dogs are hearing outside. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this review. I'm thankful for y'all who knew that this review was coming. Y'all knew that this review was coming. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the Hoes of Potomac and the Hoes of Atlanta, which is both going to be good. I can't wait. But anyways, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe. Washington.